Hey guys, here's a quick video explaining taxes and shipping. All right, so we've been getting a lot of requests on customers asking about taxes and shipping. Typically, this is a Shopify thing where you actually call customer service. They do have 24-hour support. We usually help on the front end things like the theme, but I'm just going to give you guys some advice on what I do for my own personal stores. Like I said, this isn't a rule of thumb or what you should necessarily do. This is just giving you guys a little bit of direction on how to properly set up your taxes and shipping. All right, so first thing first, I'm going to click the settings button in the bottom left-hand corner. I'm logged into my back office by doing my shopify.com name /admin. So I'll click settings. If you notice, if you scroll down, two options that we're talking about today. One is taxes, one is shipping. We're going to start with shipping first. Well, actually, we're going to start with general first. The reason why I'm going to show you general is because you want to make sure you update your general settings from my personal settings or from the default business settings to your settings. So when I click general, what you're going to see here is the store name. So if you notice your store name has like shop in front of it, you can just erase the word shop and you can just use your standard URL name for your store name. Don't worry about doing .com, just use your store name. It's going to have my email there by default. You want to update this email to your email. This address is if Shopify needs to contact you directly. So if you have like a personal email and you want Shopify to contact you, you will update your email here. If you have an email for your customers, like a business email, like my email says Jacoby@Digital Brandz. Maybe you want to have a corporate email or company email for your company. It's not, it's not something that you have to have. It's not a necessity. But if you do want your business to look a little bit more professional, as your business grows, I do recommend in the future getting a corporate email. I pay like $12 to $15 a month for that. So wait until you're actually making money to upgrade to do like a corporate email. As you notice, we're going to always have a default address here. Make sure you update this to your actual address. If you're a business and you're working from home and you don't want to use your personal address, I get it. You want to get a PO box so you can put your PO box information there if you don't want to show your personal address. Again, I'm always looking for the easiest travel road. So go ahead and put your personal address there. If you don't have beef with anyone, I don't see anybody trying to pull up on you. So put your address there, because if you keep this address here, if someone wants to return their product or they're shipping it back, it's going to ship to this fake address. And not only would you lose the inventory if they send it back, if you refund them, well, you lose the money if you refund them back, and you also lose the inventory if they send it back to the address that's on file. Then you want to put your phone number and your legal business name. So that's in the general. That's covered. Next thing, I'm going to go back to either just click the back button for settings. Then I'm going to jump down to shipping and delivery. All right. So this is what you do for shipping and delivery, or in better words, this is what I do. Again, every business owner may have a different preference, but me personally, I don't even adjust anything here. I just leave this as is. They have it set with something called courier rate. Courier rate is just whatever is the going rate for your area. So if you're in Atlanta and a product is shipping to Atlanta, it would automatically calculate what's the courier rate from that address to the next address. Same thing for the rest of the world. So if you decide that you want to get fancy, that's on your own terms. You would have to call Shopify and get better information or directions on getting fancy with your shipping. But if you click manage rates just to see it, again, I recommend staying out of here. You're going to notice what it has. It's going to have standard shipping, $50 and up. What does it say? Free. Then we have expedited, $6.90. Expedited, 1 love to 5 loves, $9.90. And it's just, all this says standard rate, but really what it's going to do is going to calculate based off of the address. So this is just giving you some options on how you can set up different rates. So again, I don't mess with any of this. I'm not an expert on shipping. I'm an expert on making themes. So if you want more clarity on this, definitely call Shopify. Again, for the rest of the world, it has these different rates, discounted rates from Shopify shipping. And again, I don't mess with any of this, so I would advise you not to mess with it also. Going back into shipping settings, All right, all this I keep the same. I've started over 40 different stores myself personally, and I've never changed any of this information. The only time I would recommend you would even ever have to jump in here if you did like you got fancy and you did a special discount code for someone who was spending over $50, right? The Shopify. All right, so we're gonna get into taxes. All right, so for taxes, I honestly do not mess with taxes. I keep it exactly what it says for the tax regions. So if you do want more clarity on your taxes, you definitely want to call Shopify. They do have a 1-800 number that's 24 hours if you wanted to dive in deeper on taxes. So it says like for the rest of the world, you can set up additional taxes. So let's say I'm just going to click it just for, kicks and giggles. So applicable taxes for the rest of the world, these taxes will be used unless otherwise specified below. So I've never done anything with this, so I'm not going to even act like I know what's going on here. So again, I've had personally over 40 stores and never adjusted anything with taxes or shipping. So stay out of this area because it's already kind of preset for you. They don't even want you to have to figure this part out. They've already preset some things for you. So because you don't want taxes charged on shipping rates, that doesn't make any sense. Include shipping rates and tax calculations. So all this is just additional stuff that once you become more of an advanced store, you can worry about. All right, so it's not as detailed and intricate as some of my other videos, but because you guys have been asking the questions, I would say stay away from these two bars. They're already kind of preset. Whatever the calculation rate would be from, let's say you live in Detroit, somebody orders from California, Shopify would kind of automatically preset it for you, unless you just personally want to have default amounts. And if you do, you want to call Shopify to adjust that. All right, that's the end of this video.